we go. Farmer Froberg here on your July 2025 farm tour, and I'm here with my good buddy Dorian Strickland. And this is our first farm tour of the guests.
This is my first one.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
So Dorian here.
I don't know why we picked the hottest day of the year to do it.
My truck says 100 degrees, and I
Yes.
think that's like legit.
That's
I think
the actual temperature,
yeah.
not the feels like.
So Dorian handles most of our food service here at the farm. So he's got all about that cheese. Him and his wife do the Texas snow fruit.
Right.
And then we work on a number of other projects together.
A number of other projects.
And I guess, it's been 2 years now?
Yes, and it's enough to keep us both busy.
It's enough to keep us both busy. He also owns 1820 Coffee House in Alvin, which is awesome.
Best coffee house around.
Best coffee
Even
house.
if I have to say so myself.
At least in the greater 7-county area, maybe
There
the
you go.
state.
Ooh, 7 counties.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm expanding. All right.
So, Strawberry Field
Yes.
should look like this time of year. It's nice and dormant. We're solarizing it, so we're using
Solarizing.
Solarizing.
Okay. What is
So-
solarizing mean?
So we're using the sun to kill everything.
Okay.
So it's so hot, right? If you took your shoes off right now and tried to walk on that, it would hurt.
would burn.
Yeah, it'd be like walking on the beach sand.
Wow.
And so, especially with having NeoP virus this year,
Right.
we're using the sun to just bake the soil.
Just kill everything that was there.
In an ideal situation, we would actually have a cover crop on it.
Okay.
We would plant peas on it and use it to shade out any of the weeds.
Okay, but you don't want to do that because you're trying to kill stuff.
Because we're trying to kill everything. Yep.
Got you.
And so obviously those peas would add organic matter into the soil, all
Okay.
good things. Not this year.
Is this going to help or hurt your strawberry season?
We'll find out.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully it will help it. And, we're buying certified clean stock this year
Okay.
for plants. And hopefully we've burned it out of the soil.
Nice.
So this is some of our hay left over from last year.
That's a lot of hay.
And we're actually going to use it, of course, in the corn maze floor.
Okay.
But then we're also going to try haying our strawberry beds this year.
Are you really?
So in the middles
Okay.
to keep weeds down and all that.
Sure.
Yeah. So these are all watermelon fields. And so this is the last field we picked.
Okay.
And so we just did what we call like a refurbish on them.
Right.
And so we mowed them and then tried to go through by hand and cut as many of the weeds out as we could.
Right.
And then just hit them with some fertilizer, and we're hoping they just keep coming back
Okay. How long do you suspect they will continue to grow?
until it freezes.
Okay.
Is
Wow.
the goal.
Which is a full 6 months, 5 months.
Yeah, that's the goal. I mean, I would love, normally we don't do that, right? But this year I said, you know what, let's just try it, because I really think that we have a market for watermelon all the way through the season. So, we just got done planting these.
Okay. Blackberry?
Blackberries.
Nice.
All thornless, the all be you pick.
Okay, they're all thornless.
They're
I
all
love
thornless? Yeah.
blackberries might be one of my favorite.
Well, it's the best grilled cheese you made.
It is definitely. Well, I don't know. You said the other one was the best one.
It is, but I don't know, man. The blackberry grilled cheese is.
It is.
good.
It is my favorite. I will
So-
say that. That's what I tell people.
What makes these special is that they're all Primark Freedoms. That's the variety.
Okay.
What's special about them is that they fruit during strawberry season.
Oh.
So they will start fruiting at the end of April
Okay.
and then be done by the end of May.
Wow.
And so the reason blackberries didn't work
I
for
thought
us,
blackberries were in the fall. No.
sometimes they can be in the early fall,
Okay.
sometimes middle of the summer, depending on the variety.
Gotcha.
Right? Now these will make a fall crop depending on the way you prune them. We're not after that fall crop. We're after that spring crop.
After spring
Yeah.
crop. Okay.
You know, our challenge with blackberries was it was right now that people were picking them. Well, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like, it's 100 degrees out here.
Nobody can come out here.
They can't. And we would try to be done by 12 o'clock, or it still didn't work. It was
No.
just too hot.
It is.
And so, our goal here is come in during strawberry season. They'll
Right.
be right here.
Sure.
They can pick, and then we move on.
And for those that don't know, like it literally is 100 degrees.
It's literally
the
100
humidity
degrees.
is 90, 94.
That's right.
So it feels like 115.
That's right.
I mean, it's
brutal.
Hot. It's hot. It's brutal. Okay, and then for the you pick on those blackberries, same as strawberries.
Same as strawberries.
No different. They just get a bucket. They
Yep.
come out, pick as many
In
as they
fact,
can.
because during strawberry season, we just let them mix them.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so,
Oh, that's a great idea.
it'll.
Some mixed berries.
Oh,
Put
and
them like
what's funny is it'll actually be cheap for blackberries.
because
so-
they take up space.
Well, Just because blackberries are so expensive.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
And
But
so,
we buy them year round for the coffee shop.
oh, is that right?
We buy them year round.
Wow.
Because
So y'all use a lot of
we use them
blackberries.
for our parfaits. And
Wow.
We use them year round,
So
the
your
price fluctuates a lot.
So your parfaits in the coffee shop, y'all are actually assembling it yourself.
We assemble them ourselves.
You're not buying a pre-made one already.
No. We try to do as much stuff on our own as we can. And those we're buying the fruits twice a week so that they are as fresh as we can make them. So we're getting strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, got yogurt, mixing it all together, got some, oh my gosh, my mind went blank, the granola that we mix in with it. So
Wow.
they're as fresh as we can get them. Not as fresh as what you're getting here
Well,
on the
you
farm,
know.
but as fresh as we
But
can
you
get 'em.
do, like, you're at the grilled cheese shop, you use our
We're
blackberry
using your
preserves.
stuff.
Yeah.
Right, and I love that I come to you and say, hey, I need some more blackberry preserve, and you're like, let me get them to make some.
Let me get them to do it.
And they're making it, so talk about fresh. Like,
Yeah.
you're not going to get preserves fresher than what we're
That's
getting here
right.
unless you're making it yourself.
That's right. So, y'all, at the coffee shop, y'all make an espresso cinnamon roll.
We do make
It's an espresso
so
or
it's,
no, coffee?
it's a cinnamon roll, but we're using espresso powder mixed in with the ground espresso,
Yeah.
mixed in with our icing. And so when you put it on top of that cinnamon roll and you heat it up just a little bit,
Oh.
it's just we call it an espresso infused cinnamon roll.
So, I have to point that out because it's Little Farmer Froberg's favorite.
Yeah,
Oh, he loves them.
I think it used to be your favorite.
It is. I had to cut the sweets, though.
I understand.
Although, I did have one of your brownies the other day.
That's pretty
Oh,
good too, right?
gosh.
Those are
Is
pretty
it
good.
dark chocolate mixed in with it?
It is
Or
dark
it
chocolate
is.
mixed with it.
Okay.
It is, yeah.
Fig Orchard.
I love figs. You know, I grew up in Pearland, which is a town
That's right.
immediately north of here,
Yep.
known for figs.
Known for figs.
And we had figs all the time growing up.
So good.
Love them. And I've seen some of your videos where you're picking them up and you're just biting them
Oh,
off. You
so
just eat them.
good.
Yeah.
Do you know what this plant is?
I don't. No, I'm kind of an idiot when it comes to gardening.
I'm
I
gonna,
like
I'm gonna pick what it is
Oh.
and bring it to you.
Oh, it's okra. It's
It's
your,
okra.
It's your pocket okra.
Yeah, that's
It's your
right.
pocket okra. Right? They know about his pocket okra?
Yeah, that
You
was
just keep-
way back in the day. I
that
used to
one
keep little pocket okra snacks in my
just pull
pocket.
that
And
and-
during the day, it's delicious,
You know,
fresh like
the
that.
funny thing with okra, what I've always, depending on how you cook it, the texture is different.
The texture's different.
Right, if
Yep,
it's
very
fried,
different. You
if
got
it-
a good, nice crunch.
Yeah.
Boiled, it's mushy.
And if it's fried, everybody eats it.
If it's fried, everybody. If it's pickled, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Like I call pickled okra perfect okra because
I
it's.
can't do the sliminess of it. Though.
No?
That one I can't do. My mom loves fried okra.
Really?
It is probably her favorite vegetable.
Man, I love it. Greenhouse tomatoes.
Okay.
Yeah. How we've been raising them this year.
Got you.
More figs.
More figs.
Well, this week we're planting the corn maze.
I'm excited about that.
And now here we're gonna plant just some corn.
Okay, this looks more moist. Is that the right word for it, or not as dry?
Well, yeah, and it's closer to the that's Mustang
Okay.
Bayou back there.
Got you.
And so it's just closer to the water. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna plant some ornamental corn,
Okay.
harvest the ornamental corn, and then harvest the corn stalks to sell the corn stalks this year.
Are you really?
Yeah, we're excited about that.
So people buying the corn stalks for decoration?
For decoration.
Okay.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Because the next thing you know, Christmas will be here, fall will be here,
That's right.
Thanksgiving, all
It's
those
game
things.
on.
Yes. And you're trying to utilize what you're growing for as many opportunities as you can, because
That's the goal.
your benefit, right?
Yeah, that's the goal. Yeah, that's the goal.
No waste, less waste, whatever the term might be.
That other big field is where all of our greens will be this fall.
Okay.
And so,
Like green beans.
no, mustard greens.
Oh, mustard. Oh,
Collard
your
greens.
greens. Okay.
Broccoli, cauliflower, all that good stuff.
Gotcha.
We do a big, crop of that every year, and we have to. It's a widely popular crop for us.
Sure. You know, I've told you my grandfather was from Nebraska, and he was a farmer at heart. So when he moved to Pearland, I think in 54, 57, that's what he did.
That's
for
right.
fun.
You said
That's
he had a
what
1-acre garden,
a
which
1-acre garden. He did everything there.
I always try to tell people, like, an acre doesn't sound like a lot of ground. It's 43,560 square foot.
Yeah, and as a
Like-
kid, that's a lot of space.
As an adult, that's a lot of
It
space.
is.
I mean, you think of the average person in our county lives in what? 1,200
Less
square
than
foot
that,
home,
right.
1,500
Right,
square foot home,
right.
with an eighth of an acre property.
Sure.
Certainly not a whole acre.
Correct.
And so, an acre garden's, that's a big garden.
It is. It's a lot of work, particularly on days like this when it's 100 degrees.
Yeah.
So, okay, and how far is the property here? How many acres? Since you're talking about how big acres are.
Yeah, and so we, if you take ground we own and ground we lease,
use, right.
It's approximately 250 acres.
Oh my gosh, I was thinking like 150.
Yeah. Oh man, this road is very hard to navigate when it's wet.
Yeah,
very hard to navigate when it's wet.
So 250 acres total. That is a lot of space.
It's a lot of most of it's leased ground, but
is there anything that you don't grow here that you would like to grow here?
Yeah, I think we could diversify more on our fall crops. Okay. So instead of just our basic greens, I would love to grow Romanesco and Napa cabbage.
Okay.
And rutabagas, and just kind of go. There's not a huge market for it, and that's why we don't. Right? Sometimes it's not about what we want to grow, it's about what the market calls for.
I got you. Well, I will say in the last year or two, you've done a good job of updating the farm store so that people come in and it's an old school farm store, grocery store.
Thank you.
Where everything you have is fresh and for the most part grown here. I know I tell everybody their brother.
Thank you. This is our hayfield. This is cane hay.
It's just hayfield.
Yep.
Okay.
And so that eats up a lot of the ground, almost.
Sure. And how much are you plowing that down for hay? How often?
Now, so we haven't got to cut this year, which is unfortunate. Normally, we'd be going into our second cutting.
Okay.
Maybe even third cutting, to be honest with you.
Okay. Is it because it's rained so much, or?
And it's not even about the amount of rain; it's how often it rains.
Sure.
Because
this is our longest stretch of no rain in a while.
And hopefully we'll cut it this week.
Okay, good.
Even a quarter inch of rain, that's you're done. If you have the hay on the ground and you get a quarter inch of rain, it's ruined.
It's ruined.
You can't bale it.
Okay.
And so it makes it really tough.
And that's the word you don't like to use. I know, rain.
We don't say the R word.
You don't say it.
But we have irrigation. We like the I word.
There you go.
We have irrigation. We're just not worried about. And rain is rejuvenating. Rain. It's not that it's not needed, because we do need it. But we don't need it often. Not here.
Sure.
For how we farm,
Okay, I just saw a robin fly by.
Yeah.
I believe it was a robin. It's the only red bird I know.
Probably.
My wife would be happy if I'm right. She'd be disappointed if I'm wrong. But do you see a lot of wild animals out here?
Always. It's... Yeah, I would say I see... Unless I'm up at the store, I see more wildlife than people.
Do you really? Oh, man.
We see a lot. On this road in the winter, snakes... Because they come out to sunbathe.
And that's what Christina gets.
Yeah, she gets excited.
Yeah, she is.
All the migratory birds we see right here. We see lots, man. It's awesome. I love it. I really do love it. Now the railroad track is right here, which I think helps us.
Okay.
Because there's just not as much human activity for wildlife.
Sure. But the trains drive by like 19 times a day.
Oh yeah, it's a lot.
It's constant almost.
I think all the wildlife here is just used to it.
Okay.
I think they're just, the train is not a...
It's not a deterrent.
It's not a deterrent anymore.
Okay, so what do we have over here?
Okay, so this is... You generally hear me talk about the chicken farm.
Yes.
Of course.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, there's sheep and goats.
I've seen your thing you built where they move around, but I've never actually seen it.
There's sheep and goats and horses and all the other things here,
yes.
But this is the infamous chicken farm.
Oh, sure, and they're out here too.
The dogs are out here.
Okay.
The geese.
Great Pyrenees.
The Great Pyrenees. Yep.
And you have two of them now, or just the one?
We have two now.
You have two.
Yeah, we have two now.
One found his way here.
Yep, sure did.
It's the one that was following Alfred around.
The hurricane dog.
Yeah,
the hurricane dog. That's right.
From Hurricane Barrel.
From Hurricane Barrel.
You've heard of Hurricane Barrel? That's it.
So this is the thunderous herd.
Oh man, you got the water under a shade to keep it from getting so hot.
That's it, and it moves. It's on skids.
It's on skids.
It's on a
too?
sled,
Oh, wow.
And so they'll move this today.
Okay. How far will they move it?
They'll just move it.
And it's the whole fence that's here?
The whole white fence, yeah. They'll literally... Do you see the white fence next to it?
I do.
The empty one?
Yeah.
They'll take that and they'll put it right here and they'll move it.
And then
into
they'll
that.
open this side.
Yep.
They all move over.
Simple as that.
And then close it back up.
And that is called mob grazing. So if you look, they didn't leave nothing.
Yeah.
They ate everything.
Okay.
If we had them just out, what they would do is they would favor the Johnson grass.
Okay.
They would favor the Bermuda grass.
They have their favorites, but if they're locked up and they don't have a lot,
they eat
they're
everything.
just gonna eat whatever's
Yep, and that's how we want to graze.
Of course.
We want to see them stretch and pee. So that she stood up and stretched,
Okay.
and then she peed. And so That's normal if they've been sitting for a while.
Okay.
If you know they've been sitting for a while, if they stand up
And
they don't do that,
so they're
something could be
dehydrated
wrong.
or something else.
Yeah,
Okay.
coccidia, whatever.
Which means you need to look at them.
We need to look at.
Okay.
It. But
Do you have a veterinarian that comes out here? Do you
we
take
have a
them to
vet.
see?
No, we have a vet that comes out. She looks at everybody. She looks at the dogs. She looks at the horses. She looks at any of the breeding stock. The market stock we're not as concerned for because they have such a short lifespan.
Of course.
Right? But any of the breeding stock she's going to look at.
Okay.
So these are Dorpers.
And what do you do with these?
So these will be bred as show sheep.
Okay.
Now, any of the lambs that aren't show quality will go to the freezer.
Okay.
Freezer camp, as we call
Gotcha.
it.
Freezer camp.
And then same thing, the goats are not show quality. They are Miss Finney's cull
are Finney's
goats,
goats.
so they're male dairy goats, and they're here for one reason alone, and that is to eat the herbaceous plants that the sheep don't.
Okay.
So it's about complementary grazing,
Okay.
and so we want this whole thing to be eaten.
So they are kind of cliquish right now. So they're off on their
Oh,
own.
they're
Do
very
they,
cliquish.
Do they stay on their
They're-
own? They
yes,
don't.
they don't associate.
intermingle?
They don't.
Okay. Wow.
They are very now. I could add more goats in here right now, and the goats are going with the goats.
Really?
Yeah, they're very strange animals. You know, we know they're healthy because, like, it's really hot right now and they're out grazing.
And they're eating.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be alarming.
And they don't look like they're moving slow or anything
No.
like that. They're
No, it wouldn't be alarming if they weren't because it's so hot.
Right.
But the fact that they are tells us
No,
they're really good.
Yeah.
And you can, especially on goats and lambs, you can look at them and tell if they're okay.
Right.
You know, there's nothing that looks worse than a sheep that's going downhill.
Okay. Do they tend to fatten up more in the winter or the summer?
Well, these are dairy goats.
Okay.
And so they're never gonna look like
they're
these.
not gonna fatten up.
These are meat sheep.
Okay.
That's why they look like they're tanks.
You want them to look like they're
exactly.
meat sheep.
These are dairy goats, and so they're just a leaner goat. Now we ate one the other day. It was delicious.
Not bad.
It was tender, right? Not too much fat cover.
Sure.
It was honestly, it was nice and lean. It was delicious.
Well, from the store, I've got the chicken, I've got the pork, and I've got the bacon. It's all delicious.
All delicious.
Like, you can tell there's a difference between that and what you get at the big box stores.
There we go.
Well, your dog's waiting for you to come see him.
Bailey's the best. You know, we got lucky with her. People have horror stories about guardian dogs.
But you know what? She's out here. Look how happy she is. Look how
She's so
happy that
happy.
dog is.
So
That dog is
happy.
doing what he's
What she
supposed to
loves.
do,
Yep,
what she's
that's
supposed
it.
to do.
So here we have some pasture-raised chickens.
Okay, with another device that moves.
Yep, this is the third egg wagon we built.
That's the third one.
That's the third one we built. This is
just
the
the
newest
smaller
one.
of them?
No, this is the medium-sized
Okay,
one.
medium.
We have a smaller one and then we have a bigger one.
Gotcha. I saw the bigger one.
But like, look, I mean, they're out. They got green grass.
They're running around, they're
I mean, they're. It's just, it's amazing, man. We love it. We love it. You know, these were black stars,
Okay.
and we got more roosters than we should have gotten in this batch.
Okay, sounds like duck.
Geese.
Geese.
We got geese in here. We got guineas.
Okay, so I see a water spigot out here.
Yes.
So you have water throughout the entire.
Every 100 foot, there's a hose bed.
Wow. Oh, I
And-
see them now.
Yeah, then, you know, and actually it really wasn't pricey to go in with, but, you know, if you're just starting out as a young farmer, you may not have the cash flow to do that,
Sure.
but do it.
Okay.
Because what you're going to waste money in hauling water, you
Right.
could have paid for it.
You know, the things that I do for marketing and so forth, I tell Christine, I said, the setup takes me forever
It's done.
because 6 months from now, somebody asks me something, I have the framework already done. I don't have to go back and say, I need to update
There
this.
you go. That's right.
And so you're doing the same thing with your farming is spend the extra time, spend the
Yep.
extra money, get what you know you're going to need maybe in 6 months or a year.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you can't raise anything, whether it's a crop, whether it's
You have to have water.
animals, you got to have water.
Yeah, sure.
And so just run the water. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Although my sister thinks that you don't need water.
Yeah, that's a lot of people in their
A
gardens.
lot of
think
people think they don't need
they
water.
don't need water.
Right.
But it's just the truth. Like, water is the least of your concern.
Okay.
Right? Just put it in.
Just
Just
have
put it in.
Just have
I
it
say
in.
it's the least of your concern. Water should be the least of your concern because you have it.
Gotcha.
Right? It shouldn't be
Should be.
something that you're constantly worrying about.
Are you constantly worried about drought situations, drought times, anything like that?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm really not. Here's the reason.
Bear with me. I don't have my boots on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Here's the reason I'm not worried about drought situations. Is because we have so much organic matter on the ground from the animals that our water holding capacity is through the roof.
Really?
So when people ask me, how much rain did you get at the chicken farm? I tell them all of it.
Okay.
Because
If it
there's-
falls, you capture it.
we capture it. Versus in other areas where, like in the vegetable areas, it may not be the case.
Right.
Right? We don't have as many root systems there.
So this is why your watermelons are so juicy.
There you
why
go.
They're so full of water.
This is how we grow that delicious chicken you were talking about?
Yes. So good.
On grass. I mean,
Yeah.
fresh water.
And these
This
are
is-
babies. How old are these two?
These are only about 2 weeks old.
Okay. And did you already have more coming in?
Yes. Yeah.
So explain to me how this works. What do we got here?
Yeah, so we just have
This is water.
Yeah, this is water. It's gravity fed through a system. Yep.
Yeah.
And then we have automatic feeders. Now, remember, this chicken right here is a human creation, right?
Okay.
So they found, right, that the American Bressie, or not the French Bressie, among other chicken breeds, have what's called a double meat gene.
Okay.
They hyperbred that,
Okay.
and then all of a sudden you get a broiler that's ready in 8 to 10 weeks, right?
Wow.
The way that we raise them.
Okay.
So with that though, it would be very, very hard, and some would even say impossible, to raise that bird on just pasture.
Okay.
And so we have to feed a supplemental feed,
Okay. Which is what we have here.
which is what we have here. But they much prefer pecking, scratching, all of that.
Okay.
They go to this to get what they need. They go to this to get what they want,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Sure. So they're getting their nutrition here. They're getting their snack foods here.
Exactly. I mean, you can see, look at them. They're chasing bugs over there. Look,
Yeah,
they
I
got
see them
something
all
over
laying in
there.
the corner with
Yeah. They got something over there. You know, if they preferred that feed, well, they'd all be camped out.
And you wouldn't have to move this around.
Yeah,
They'd
they- So it shows you that this is what they want. They love being outside.
Right. You know what? It feels less hot in here
100%.
than right outside here. Is this a protector of the sun?
It is. Yeah,
Even though there's no breeze in here.
exactly. You know, on most days there's a bit of a breeze just because we're out on
In
a
the
prairie
middle of
here, and so you will normally have a breeze. It's just an abnormally still day.
Okay.
But even with that, we have a silage tarp that makes sure. I mean, it drops at 20 degrees in here for sure. And then now they still get morning sun and evening sun. We don't graze north to south. We only graze east to west. And that will ensure that our shaded structures get morning sun and evening sun.
Is there anything within their brain that
Yeah, I
they
mean,
need to have that morning
Vitamin
and night?
D, first and
Sure,
foremost,
sure.
right? So they're getting 3 hours there, 3 hours there. And then, yeah, there is. Now, we're actually trying to do the opposite. We're not trying to let them have much night. This light comes on at night.
Okay.
There's a solar panel that powers everything. So these lights come on, and
The
when-
benefit of that for you?
they don't roost and not eat. So you're going to get that much more growth rate
Okay.
out of them
It's
by
going to
having
fatten them
light.
up quicker.
Exactly.
Essentially without
Essentially.
without all the added hormones, vaccines,
Whatever.
whatever you want
Yep.
to call it. And you know, it doesn't smell like a chicken coop to me.
Nope, because they probably, I bet you we've only been on this for 24 hours.
Oh,
So-
wow. So how long would they stay here before you
3
move it?
days.
3 days.
Yeah, so
and then
everything
you
on the
move it.
farm is 3 days.
Wow.
Yep. And that's really important.
And how many times do they move during the course of that? So when will they end up back here? 21 days? 24
No,
days? Never?
This specific group will never end up back here.
Wow.
Yeah, because this piece of ground is so big. We don't want to graze this again for at least 6 months.
Okay.
Now you can
So
push
it'll
that.
be another round of chicken.
It'll be a whole new set of chickens. In fact, it'll actually won't be broilers. It'll be either lambs and goats or laying hens.
Okay.
And so whenever we make it to the other side of the property, we move to a different longitudinal line,
Sure,
if that
and
makes
then
sense.
just start making that run
and start
again.
making that. So
course.
wherever it had laying hens before, it'll have broilers or lambs and goats
So
or
if
what
you
have
just
you.
ran like you're talking about, where you run this way, you move over, you run back, you move over, run down, like a S shape, whatever.
Exactly.
How long would it take you to get back to that original spot? 6 months?
No, with just one, probably 2 years.
Wow.
Because, like this specific egg wagon over here has never been back in the same spot in 2 years. So yeah, it would take.
Okay, so that gives somebody an idea that's not looking at it how
Exactly.
big this
Yeah.
place is.
Yeah, so
Because this is big. This is 30 by 15, 35, maybe
this is
40?
50 by
50 by 25.
25. Yeah, 50 by 25. So it's a standard half greenhouse, is what it is.
So, they have
So a
the same-
standard
Does that make sense?
a standard greenhouse for most growers is that 25 to 35 length and then a 50 or 100.
Got you. I'm not playing the part of a buffoon. I really just don't know.
No, I love it.
I really just don't know.
I
so.
love it. But like once you have seen a broiler raised this way, like you just can't
Can't eat it?
well, no,
No, I can eat it.
I could definitely eat it. It's hard to think of a broiler being raised any other way,
I understand.
right?
Right.
Like when we talk about animal husbandry, to me,
This is it.
this is it.
Okay. So the big farms, the big names that we won't say, when they're raising thousands at a time, they're in a stationary place. What
They're
are
in a
they doing?
stationary
What's the
place.
primary difference aside from moving them?
Well, so no access to dirt, grass, bugs. Okay, other than like
gotta
fly
keep-
larvae or what have you. Well, they don't change. Well, let me rephrase that. Most places don't change bedding; they add to, and then at the end of the 6 weeks, they scoop everything out.
They just start
So
over.
you get dead birds and all of that. Now, I will say, there's a lot less birds per square foot right here.
Well, that was what I was going to
So-
say. I think it's that way.
To feed our population like this would be hard, right? I would say, but that's the beautiful thing about the good old US of A is you can choose how you want to
do it
eat.
the way you want to do
You
it.
can
Plus,
do it the
said
way
this
you
was
wanna
a
do it.
supplement to what they're doing.
Yeah,
essentially.
exactly. We like to think of ourselves as a complement to the food system, not as competition, right? We are a complement to it. You know, we believe that this is the right way to raise a bird, but we don't like to demonize the way that someone else does it,
Of course.
right? Or shame someone for eating a bird raised that way by any means, right? Everybody has budgetary constraints,
Absolutely.
you know, or just availability.
Right.
You know, someone may not be raising birds that
We
like
are in
this.
an area
and
where they're
where we
plentiful.
do it, yeah.
I get you.
obviously, this is more expensive chicken.
Sure. And it's not like I don't eat the other. I do.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just when I was on
exactly.
really good. This is what I go
This
with.
is just a preference,
It
but
is.
yeah,
That's fantastic.
pasture raised broilers.
Man, I need to do a chicken sandwich, don't you?
Oh.
Don't you think I need to do that?
Well, the only problem is it'll be a little pricey.
It would be. It would be. I just assumed that I knew somebody raising them, I'd get a good deal.
Hey, well,
I might be wrong.
We
I don't
just launched.
So when you say egg wagons,
Yep.
they're laying eggs.
They're laying eggs.
And you can collect the eggs without having to go in there. So you have a loose, is that an egret?
That's an egret.
Okay, so that's not yours. He's
That's
just
not-
out here
He, in fact-
he's with the horse.
That is a complementary relationship, right?
Okay.
As
So what are they adding to the ecosystem for
okay,
you?
so as that horse walks through that grass, he's causing bugs to jump up, and that egret's grabbing them, and maybe some of those bugs we don't necessarily want here,
Okay.
right? So he
And is it keeping the horse from having so many flies on him, those kind of things?
so in
or
some
no?
cases, yeah, you know, you'll see them sitting on top of
On
cows'
top of them,
backs
on
and
the-
all
yeah,
that,
all the
but
time.
you know, for the most part, they're normally on the ground, and they're. You see how that he's following them
I do.
because he's, you know, stirring up bugs every
got
time
you.
he walks.
And are these riding horses?
Yeah,
Are these,
they're riding horses. Carson
This is
rides, of
Carson?
course.
He's been doing a great job. Been
Doing a
following
great
him.
job.
Man, that guy's killing it.
Yep.
And his roping?
his roping.
Fantastic.
And then, so the gray gelding is a roping horse, and then the other one is just a pleasure horse.
Okay.
But the guys, the farmhands, really like riding them too.
Do they really?
So yeah,
Okay.
they really like riding them.
And do they do bareback or do they ride?
No,
saddle?
they bring
saddle?
over
Okay.
everything and saddle them up. Several things. First and foremost, we could rotationally graze them.
Okay.
We could contain them in a single spot, move them like we do everything else. It's two of them,
But you
and they're
don't.
not
You just let
hurting
'em- you just
nothing.
let 'em go.
You know,
And they're not going anywhere.
they're not going anywhere. They love it. Their poop is everywhere, which is good. We love poop being everywhere. We want organic matter everywhere.
Gotcha.
They eat way more than any other animal does on this property.
Do they really?
And so they are grass devourers.
Wow.
And we, you know, realistically, we're not in the chicken business or the lamb and goat business or the horse business. We're in the grass business.
You're in the farming.
Yeah. And so like out here, our number one crop is grass. It's
Okay.
vegetation.
Okay.
It's forage.
Oh,
Forage is the word I'm looking for. It's forage. And so with that though, like the key to good forage is grazing it. It's something eating it.
Okay.
And so as random as horses might seem out here, yes, they're our hobby, but they're playing their part too.
Right.
No, that's our big egg wagon.
That's the big one. That's the one I saw
Yes.
up at the farm when you guys were building.
Yes. So that took us several weeks to build.
Right.
And then we built it too wide and couldn't bring it through the gate.
Really?
That's why the bottom 10 is all messed up.
Yeah.
Because we got to this big gate up here,
And you're like, we're not doing it.
and I said, just go.
we're not doing it again. Make
Just
it fit.
go.
Got you.
So we got a special treat here. Here come our chickens, our baby chicks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. A lot of times we'll show a few of them where the water is,
And then job is to show the other one.
and then they show the other ones. Yep. This is what we love about this system, though. With most farms, their broilers, even their pasture-raised broilers, are in a little box somewhere with heat lamps and all of that.
Yeah.
With this system,
They're out.
we turn them
As
loose.
soon as
Now,
they're-
in the winter, we build a box. It's 10 by 10, and we put a heater in it. But then as soon as they get all their feathers, we turn them out.
Okay, so question for somebody looking to do this. Could somebody do this on their own for their own?
100%. We have. Did you see the little huts out there that when we pulled in?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what those were for. That's how we raised them for a long time. It
How many
holds
can
20
you put in one
birds.
of those? 20 birds.
20 birds, and you just pull it every day.
Okay.
Every day you move it.
What would you say the minimum acreage somebody needs in order to do something like this? It doesn't even need to be that big.
You could do one of those in your backyard and just pull it around.
Just
you
no
know.
roosters because you're going to upset the neighbors.
You know, maybe you don't like your neighbors. I don't know. So this is when I say that I have to be a businessman and a farmer. And when we talk about business, talk about efficiencies.
Right.
This building here runs the most efficient with the max amount of birds in it.
Sure.
Right?
That makes sense.
Because the labor costs the same whether there's one bird or 1,000 birds.
It's like
in it.
running any other business. The more you can do during that same time frame, there's some
better.
set cost and some
That's right.
fluctuating cost.
And then we like these wind lines. We like to keep that. Hides it,
Okay.
you know.
Other people can't see what you're
They
doing.
can't see what's going on back here.
Got you.
You know, when we talk about urban sprawl, you know, agriculture like ours is often a topic of conversation because, you know, how do you hide a chicken farm?
Right. Hide it in plain sight.
Hide it in plain sight, apparently. But we want to do it in a way where our neighbors aren't complaining about smell or anything
Right.
like that, and nobody's coming back here messing with nothing.
And I will say, aside from all the stuff I've seen, aside from being inside the chicken thing, there really isn't.
There's not
There's
smell.
not an issue. I
And
don't
even
know that
there,
I've ever
It's not
experienced
that
that.
you can't tell that there's 500 broilers in there.
Right.
You know,
Right.
it doesn't smell like 500 chickens.
Right.
And then our sheep and goats.
And little do they know, tomorrow they'll be in a different place.
This afternoon.
Oh, this afternoon.
Yeah, this
so he's getting
afternoon.
ready. He's
yeah.
getting ready.
So he'll use that zero turn.
Oh, so mow down part of that?
Well, he'll just mow where the net goes. That way the net doesn't ground out
Okay.
because it's electrified.
It's electric.
So he'll mow 100 by 100
Okay.
and then move
As
the
soon
fence
as he's
and
done with that, he moves it over.
move it over.
So by tomorrow morning, they'll all be in a different place.
Yep. And you can see it's perfect timing.
And they're
Like
coming to
they've-
check us out.
They've come in to check us out. But they've eaten plenty, right? You could tell they're
Oh, yeah.
scrounging now. They're pulling the last little bit
Right.
that they can. And that's good. Look, see, that's the ram.
Yeah.
He's now all of these females in here should be bred.
Okay.
You know, they like to breed when it's nice outside.
Right.
And so theoretically they should be bred.
Hey, we hear you. We're leaving, okay? Settle down.
I'm gonna leave
I don't
them in
know if
there.
it matters to you or you, but
Yeah. I'm gonna leave them in there for just maybe 2 more weeks and then we'll pull them off. And,
Okay.
oh, see, he's already put this fence here.
I do see it. Yeah.
And then he'll put that fence there.
Okay.
So he's already mowed it.
He's already got that part done. Probably in the heat of the day.
Heat of the day.
I am impressed by how your guys, everybody that works here, I don't see them falling out. I don't see them exhausted. I feel like they just are able to work through whatever it is.
And one thing we do, you know, now we encourage all of them to use refillable water bottles and all that. But one thing we do is anything in our grocery store that you need.
Right.
You know,
And I've seen them
food,
grab some. They just walk in and grab
drinks,
some. Oh, I didn't know you did
and-
it for food too.
we
Okay.
do that just because, like,
It's the right thing.
it's the right thing to do.
Agreed.
feed your people, hydrate your people. Now,
we do the same thing at the snow cone place and
Yep.
at the grilled cheese place. It does come at a cost.
sure, it does.
I'm
And
like,
now,
hey, how are we out of Snickers bars? What
Yeah.
happened? Nobody told me
Well,
we're
we
getting
ate 'em
low.
all.
We all had one.
Yeah.
We all had three.
now, we don't want anyone to take advantage of it.
Correct.
And it's very obvious when someone does.
Right.
But, you know, I'm also in the mindset of, it's like, you know, if someone's busting their butt, I don't consider it taking advantage
I
of it. Like,
agree.
you earned that. You know what I mean?
Right. You know, I think a good rule of thumb is if you're that employee, say, am I bringing more to the table than I'm taking away?
There you go.
If I'm bringing more than what I'm taking away, it's probably okay. That's the way I look at it.
I agree. So we're going to go over to the Christmas tree farm now.
I love the Christmas tree. Not as much as Christina does.
Hey,
She loves it over there. Okay, and the Christmas tree farm, how big is that? How
so the
spread out?
Christmas tree farm is about 80 acres. Now, it's not 80 acres of Christmas trees.
No, but it's
Right.
80 acres out of that 250.
Out
Or
of
is
that 250.
Okay, got it.
Yes. Out of that 250.
But, and you started to say it's not all
It's not
Christmas
all
trees.
Christmas trees, right?
Right.
10 of the acres is pigs.
Right.
The whole runway is grapes.
I was going to say
Right.
it's grapes.
We have another
Did you used
10
to have figs or something over there?
Well, we have another 10 acres where we're planting figs.
Got you.
Yep.
Okay.
We've been prepping it for 3 years. My first
Prepping
day,
it for 3 years.
3
okay,
years.
That's something somebody needs to hear again.
Yeah.
It could take a while to get started.
it could take a while. So my first day back at the family farm, we were prepping that field. We laid
Your first day back. That's
back
what
at
you
the
did.
family farm.
Okay.
Alfred and I were talking about something, and I said, we ought to put a cover crop out there on it. And he said, oh, that's a good idea. I'll be right back. And he, you know how Alfred is. He came back
gone
with,
quick.
Oh yeah. He came back with an oats and rye mix, and he was like, take that tractor and go put the, you know what to do. I said, okay. And planted a cover crop on it. And I'll show you when we get over here how much work we've done on the soil to improve it.
Okay. And how often are you mowing this down? Because I
Now-
can see it's freshly mowed.
Yes. So
And is this just because you're trying to keep people busy or because it
no,
needs it?
I want to start photography early, and so we've never
course.
stopped mowing this.
100%.
We've
Okay.
never stopped mowing
Okay.
it. We've kept it pretty nice all year.
I see it's mowed between all the trees, too.
It's mowed all between all the trees. Like, we've tried. See, this is a funny spot here. You see how the soil's almost white here?
Yeah.
It's an alkaline spot. And that's how come we lost these trees
That's
in
why
here.
you lost these during
That's why
the-
there's so many
the
trees missing.
windstorm.
Yeah, they couldn't make it through. Now, they were already declining before then.
So is it alkaline means that it's not going to hold the roots as tightly?
Alkaline meaning the pH
Right.
is too high.
Right. But
And so what?
as
So
a result of
what pH does? pH stands for potential hydrogen.
Okay.
Right? In this case, specifically,
pH stands for potential hydrogen.
potential hydrogen
I didn't know
ions.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why the P is lowercase and the H is capitalized.
Got you. Every time I'm with you, I learn something.
Yeah.
I may not remember it, but
Yeah.
I do
So
learn something.
potential hydrogen, and so the reason hydrogen ions are important is because they take the elements that we call fertilizer,
Right.
and they're like the taxi cab to the roots.
To where they need to go.
And so each plant
okay.
has a range of pH that they like,
Right.
right? And so if the pH is not correct, then nutrients are not making it to the roots.
Got you.
And in most often cases,
Makes
that
it a weaker root.
it creates a weak plant, and then eventually when something bad happens, they die.
Got you. Okay, and muscadine. What?
Muscadine.
For those that don't know what a muscadine is, what's the difference between that and, your typical
Like a
red
table
or
grape
you're right?
okay, so muscadines were native. They weren't native here. They were native to the East Coast.
Okay.
Okay, what was native here is called the Mustang grape. Completely different.
Okay, Mustang grape.
Mustang grapes. So they're
So
wild
everything here is
grapes.
Mustang. I got you.
Yeah, the wild grapes that you see in the woods are Mustang
Oh, yeah.
grapes. Now these are muscadines. Specifically, these are hybridized varieties.
Okay.
These are new varieties. These are varieties that you can eat right off the vine. They're delicious. You can juice them. You
Okay.
can do whatever you want with them. Very heavy yielders. I mean, you look at some of these vines,
Yeah, I see. There's a bunch
and they're
of
just
them on there.
covered in fruit.
Right.
I'm gonna get you one of these.
Yeah. And when you come back, tell me what the wording on the poles are. Is that opalic? How do you say that? Opalic?
So, the words on the poles are the variety. And I did that because at one time I thought we would pick this.
Oh.
I think it's better for our people to do it specifically because we have some of the green berries, and those are really hard to know when to pick.
Right. I think I really want a cold one.
They're definitely better cold.
Yeah.
They're really good like this.
Oh, that's just good.
This area it looked like that over there. And we went through.
You guys tore it down?
We did.
Wow.
We did it on purpose. We went through and we chose strategic trees that would benefit the pig. Yep. And truth be told, that type of forest isn't supposed to exist here.
Yeah, it's
right. That's why they're not giant
that looks
trees.
northwestern.
Yeah. And so we, oaks, pecans, that's what we wanted here.
Right.
That's what produces food for the pigs.
Got you.
And so
pine needles, cones.
Yeah.
You've got some.
And so we did that, and pigs need shade. Pigs don't like it super hot.
Which is why they wallow in the mud, because it's wet. It
That's
cools them
right.
off, right.
Now, see this bare ground? That looked like this.
Okay.
That is the power of 3 days of pigs.
3 days?
That takes them 3 days to do that. See, they just did that part over there.
That's crazy.
3 days of pigs. That's all it takes.
Oh, there they are.
I call them the wrecking crew.
And these are the coonies?
Well,
or no?
There are coonies in here. Some of them are large black, which is another heritage breed.
Okay. So this one looks wet. So it's been in the mud?
Oh yeah, they've been in there wallowing. Now, we've currently been feeding watermelon. So when you feed watermelon, you get flies.
I can see that.
As crazy as it sounds,
right?
yes. Stereotypically, the fly problem is not bad around them because we're moving them so often.
Okay.
But during the summer when we feed the fruit, it gets kind of bad.
Okay. Is their hair thick enough that they don't bother them? Or
Yeah,
is
it doesn't bother them at all.
Look at like they're just rooting through. Like
Oh
even
yeah,
standing
man.
here.
Again, this.
They're like, people are over here, but I'm still gonna.
This looked like that.
Okay.
Well, it looked like that over there.
Yeah. So how long have they been in this section here?
Yesterday.
This is from overnight.
Yeah, it's only going to take 3 days.
That is ridiculous.
And they eat it all.
That's ridiculous.
Whatever they don't eat, they trample.
Okay, your big 500-gallon drum or 250-gallon drum, is it water?
That's water, movable water.
Okay.
So
you use a forklift and lift it up, move it.
We actually just drag it.
I see it strapped down. Okay.
Yeah, we just drag it. That has we clean it every 3 days.
Okay.
So if it's not empty, it's got a valve on the other side. We open it.
Okay.
We put a latch roof on the top.
Right.
So stick a guy down in there. He scrubs it while everyone else is moving the net.
Oh my gosh.
And then we fill it back up and move it.
Okay. And then how are you filling it back up?
We have the same water source here. Every 100 foot.
Water, like 100 feet everywhere on the farm for the most part.
Where there's animals,
Oh my
there's a
gosh.
hose bib every 100 foot.
That's a lot of water spigots.
Got to do it that way, man.
Sure.
You got to do it that way. Now, just like all of our other animals,
So they're going to eat the big bush too?
everything. I mean, everything. Everything. Yeah. It's impressive.
It is.
It really is. All of our animals are contained with electric netting, and we've conditioned all of them to take that containment.
Okay.
So with these guys, it's during the pig races.
Correct.
Behind the pig races,
Right.
their pen has a regular fence and then some of this electric netting right by it.
Right.
So they try to push it, and every time they do, they just get a little bite.
And do they recognize the look of it as electric, or do they have to hit it to?
They hit it once or twice,
Okay.
and then they're done. Then they're over it.
Sure.
And they won't get within.
Well, I think I would be too.
Look at the plants along it. They don't
Yeah,
get
they're
within
touching
12
it.
inches
Yeah.
of it.
Okay.
This watermelon,
Yeah.
that's why there's because they won't touch
I
that.
see. Yeah.
So
Because it's too close to the.
it's too close to the fence. These hogs, I think I can take some in August
Okay.
to process. So this coming month.
All right. And this is a solar panel to run your electric
Yep.
fence.
Yep. Doesn't work well if you don't put it in the sun.
Correct.
That's poor charger placement. And so what should have happened here is they should have put the break in the fence in one of the sunny. Now, to be fair,
The sun is moving.
if they moved at a different time of the day than right now, it could have been in the sun,
Gotcha.
right? But you should
We'll
kind
give
of
them the
look.
benefit of the doubt.
You should look and say what area would be the most sunny.
Yeah. How do you find workers that work as hard as the guys that you have on the farm? Because I see them just constantly moving, constantly doing stuff.
Yeah.
Like we talked to Renee as we were driving by, and he's like, "Yep, tell me what you want me to do. I'm gonna go do it."
Yep.
How do you find those guys and keep them?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first key is like you can tell when you meet someone.
Yeah.
Like they're either cut from this cloth or they're not.
Okay.
in my opinion.
And if they're not, that's okay.
If they're not,
It
that's
just
good.
means somewhere
Oftentimes
else.
we have other jobs for them.
Okay.
It's just not in the field,
Gotcha.
right?
Right.
But to work in the field, you're either cut from that cloth or you're not.
Yeah.
And you know, for me, we weed them out pretty quick. If we get a new field guy and they're not working out, we either offer them something else to do, or we tell them like
Or we
it's
offer
time
them
to
to
move on,
leave.
or
Yeah.
offer them to leave. But most of the time, man, I can meet someone and they're either cut from this or not.
Gotcha. All you gotta do is do your interview out here in the heat,
And
see if
then
they're-
you got it.
and see if they're ready.
And you know, a lot of times too, it's like people like us know what questions to ask. You know, just like you know the questions to ask someone when you're interviewing them for a coffee shop. You know, our questions are different,
Yeah,
but
for
we
sure.
know the questions
For
to
sure.
ask. You know,
I'm looking for a particular answer, not my question.
exactly. And so, you know, it sounds funny, but what we typically stay away from is if they open the conversation with, well, you know, I was raised on a farm.
Okay, that's a
Dead giveaway
that's a
that
dead
they
giveaway.
probably were not raised on a farm.
Well, they probably were, but they watched their papa work
Or,
on the
yeah,
field.
That's what I was gonna say. Either Grandpa had them,
Right.
and they'd go there for Christmas, or Uncle had one, which is fine, but you weren't raised on a farm.
You were raised near a farm.
Near a farm, which again is fine. I can work with that.
Right.
I can
But
work,
it may not be the guy out here.
or it may just look different.
Yeah.
You know, you might be running a weed eater until I see what you can do.
Until
You know?
you've proven that you
Yeah.
that you are what you say you are.
Doesn't happen as much here just because I think when people go online and see what we do, it can be intimidating.
Sure.
But at the last farm I ran, it happened a lot. It was smaller. And, man, it happened, you know, all the time. Well, I grew up on a farm. Okay, well, tell me about your experience.
Right.
Well, it was my grandpa's farm, and he would let me sit on his lap and drive the tractor. And I'm like, that is fantastic.
Right.
It is so good. I love that. And I think that's where people draw their inspiration.
Right.
But we just need to draw lines on what you think is experience and what I think is experience.
Right.
Because I think what we're both calling experience is two different things.
Sure. 20%.
And someone who was a field hand versus a manager,
Right.
someone who, I mean, especially in this world, there's so many different aspects that people could have worked. You know, if someone worked at a cotton farm and ran a $3 million combine, well, that doesn't qualify them to work here. Even though that seems on paper like it would be such great experience.
$3 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we
But you want the
harvested.
guy that ran the small family farm
my
where
gosh,
they did it all
yes.
by hand. And
Yeah,
you're like,
if-
okay, your hands are calloused. You've
That's
got the
right.
you put the work in.
If someone comes and it's like, yeah, we were, you know, I cut 2,500 acres of rice last year.
Right.
You have very, very few skill sets that would replicate here. Just like my guys couldn't go and do what they did.
Sure.
You know, it just, you know, a farm is not a farm is not a farm.
I got you. And you know, you mentioned rice.
Yeah.
So this area clearly is known for rice.
Known for
Tex
rice.
Mata is here.
Absolutely.
Everything is here. The whole west side of Pearland at one point was
all rice.
Was all rice. So you guys don't do rice.
We've never done rice.
Why do you not do rice?
Because we're on the only sandy loam mound in Brazoria County.
Really?
The rest of the county is either beach or clay.
Okay.
And so, and I say the only places that these sand deposits existed was along the bayous.
Okay.
Because the sand would flood
And that's
down
what you
and
need
flood
for the
over.
rice,
And
so that you
well,
can wash it or separate it out. Right?
no, that's what you need for fruits and vegetables.
Fruits and
It's
vegetables.
sand.
Got you.
Rice grows in that heavy clay gumbo.
Got you.
And so that is why the rest of the county grew rice
Right.
and our people raised strawberries.
Sure. But clearly, when you guys started the strawberries, Alfred took it to heart because he might be the best strawberry guy in the country.
He is
Right.
arguably the best strawberry grower in the country.
Right.
So,
I mean, I've heard you guys talk about it, and he
Yeah.
just rattles stuff off.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
what's he
100%.
talking about?
and so, you know, my great grandfather came from Germany, E.H. Froberg, and he was a strawberry grower. And that's why they settled in Alvin, because the cannery was here and they were growing figs and strawberries and whatnot. And then a few years later, Fred, my great grandfather, came over, and together they made pretty good hands.
Okay.
And then Grandpa took it a step further because he started selling direct to
He said,
consumer.
let's start selling.
Yep. And then my Uncle Alfred said, he literally said it out loud. when my grandpa died, he said, I'm going to be the best strawberry grower that the country's ever seen.
Okay.
And he did it. He became the largest strawberry farm in Texas in just a few short years, and went all over the world to learn how to grow. Traveled to Australia,
He told me
traveled
the
to
other
Florida.
day he went to Australia.
He traveled all over the world to become the best strawberry grower that there was, because he set his mind to it, and he said that's what we're going to do.
Well, and that's the way you've got to do it. Is if you want to be the best, you got to learn from the best.
You got to learn from the best.
Emulate the best, whatever you want to call it.
Yep. But you also have to tell yourself, I want to be the best.
Sure.
You know, I have a saying with my sons, which my sons is why I do the farm tours,
Right.
because I want them to have a video diary, whether it's 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, that they can look back at and say, okay, in July of 2025, Mr. Dorian went on a farm tour with them, and they saw this, this, and this, and this, you know?
Yeah.
But I have a saying with them. I ask them, if you're going to do something, and they respond with, you might as well be the best at it. Because that's how we believe, you know?
Right.
That's how we believe.
Do you think that it changed the farm store? Like, what do you think has been the biggest change with the farm store as far as getting people to come there versus, people started going to the big stores regularly, but you've got the crowd coming back. What would you say is the biggest reason that they're coming back? And do you think moving the gate from the back to the front had any impact?
No, I think that there's multiple reasons.
Okay.
And the first reason is people didn't stop shopping with Froberg's Farm because of them, right?
Okay.
I think there was a mentality of, well, customers just don't shop this way anymore. Well, we have to get them to do that.
Sure.
We have to get them to want to come here. And so I think the first thing that needed to happen was a mind shift of, no, this isn't our slow time. We have no slow time.
Right.
We have times where we attract people, and we have times where we don't attract people. So we have to figure out how to attract people in those times, right? And it's not the customer's fault; it's our fault.
Right.
And then the second thing is really taking a step back and looking at the farm, not from a family member's point of view, but from like for me, someone who's worked on other farms and seen other things and other ways to do it, and say, okay, we need to create strategic partnerships. We can't be proud. Right? When it comes to our paycheck, we got to take pride out of it.
Yeah.
And so strategic partnerships with people like you, strategic partnerships with people like Finney Farm,
Right.
and capitalizing and utilizing y'all's skill sets to help bring customers.
Right.
And then listening to customers. What do y'all want? Well, we want protein. Cool. Here's chicken and pork.
Right.
Is that, you want more? What else you
Tell me
want?
what else you got.
You know?
Have you ever done any kind of group setting where you invite a bunch of people in and say just like a focus group
Sure,
kind
we
of deal?
haven't done that. I've utilized social media to create those focus groups. I guess it's not as much focused as it is a bashing session, but I love a good bashing. We all as business owners need a good bashing session. Am I wrong?
Absolutely.
You know?
It's hard to do.
It's hard to take.
It's hard to
like
take.
it is hard to take, but I think we all need that sometimes of like, no. Look,
If you want to get better,
yeah,
you've got to hear the bad part.
800 people just said you suck at this one thing. I know you think you're good at it, but you probably suck at that one thing.
If one person complains, that might be
That's
that
it.
person.
Yeah, but if 800 people do it, you need to rethink that.
Right.
And so, this year we did that, and the number one thing was price. Well, yes, there's some cases where we say, you know what, those customers just aren't our customer base. But if a very large majority of it, well, you know what, how can we target that group?
Right.
Well, let's create free events.
Yeah.
So that's what you and I and Christy and your wife and all of our other partners and team members did this summer.
That's
we
what
created
we've done for sure.
a legacy of summer events. I mean, how
Next
many
year,
weeks
people
is there?
will be looking for it.
They'll be looking
Yeah,
for
they'll be
it.
looking
What?
for it.
We did 8 weeks, right? 2 events
Yeah,
a
I
week.
think so. Yeah. 16 events.
16 events.
Including a giant
successful festival,
without question.
all for free.
Yeah.
And I think that's a powerful statement. And I hope that it's a powerful statement for our customers.
Right.
Because they said, this is what we don't like. And then we responded with, well, how about this? You like that?
Right.
Flowers for the fall?
Tulips are
No.
for the fall. For the fall. I'm sorry.
Zinnias and sunflowers.
Okay, those are
And
coming
then
in soon.
Corn maze.
Got you.
Yeah, we'll plant all this in the next 7 days.
And the corn maze, is it already designed?
It's already designed.
It's already designed.
Fall on the farm.
Okay.
Sneak peek right here.
That's it.
So we'll plant all of this in the next 7 days.
Right. And you have some special stuff planned for this year?
We do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want you to give any secrets away.
No, we
I'm
do. We got some
I'm
surprises. Come out to the Fall Festival.
Yeah, come check it
Or
out.
watch the October 2025 Farm Tour.
And it all starts September 20th.
September 20th.
Every weekend, and then the week of Fall Festival.
Yep.
Fall
and then,
break for school.
You'll also have a discounted weekday rate, where if you just want to come and experience the pumpkin patch and the corn maze and all the stuff included with the entry, you can come out and it'll be a special discounted rate.
You. But during the weekends, regular price, but there's a ton.
There's so much, pig races,
so much
everything. There's so much to do. It's going to be awesome.
Right. And it's not just stuff for the kids, it's stuff for the adults too. Like the
Stuff
adults
for
are
the
not going to be
adults, too.
bored when the kids are out playing. You got giant, what is the big wheel?
Exactly.
I'm not doing it because it's too hot, but
some people will.
Some people are doing it.
And look at today. So today we did cows and cookies. We did plant a seed with Alvin FFA.
Yeah.
And we did pickle day in the store.
Yeah.
3 free events for families to come out. It was awesome. There was a ton of people there. We got a ton of great footage. And that's what we did all summer.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
And you talked about your overflow parking. Like, you're really utilizing that this year more than other years that I've seen.
I agree.
In fact, at the Watermelon Festival, you had them parking out by the road.
Exactly. And I think that I don't think it's too much to say that I think we're going to see a record fall festival this year.
You think so? Okay.
I do. I think that we have regained trust from our customers. And we've got them rebought in.
Right.
And I think it's going to be an awesome fall festival.
Do you think you have more local people returning to the farm? Because
this year,
festivals have always been people from outside the area driving in.
I think so.
Okay.
I really think that this year we're going to see a record attendance from within the 10-mile radius.
Yeah.
I really do. But let's go check out the store.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right. So right now we got lots of seasonal produce. We still have our homegrown heirloom tomatoes.
Yeah.
We're starting getting Tennessee tomatoes, which is always a really popular time.
Okay. And what's the difference between a Tennessee tomato and?
It's just there's a co-op of farmers in Tennessee, and they're good homegrown tomatoes.
Okay.
And then we bring them in from Tennessee.
Okay. So people ask me all the time, well, it's not stuff they grow on the farm, but a lot of it is.
Well, yeah, a lot of it is,
Yeah.
and we like to call this like our highlight section.
Right.
And it'll be labeled if it's something that we've grown.
My go-to response is, well, neither is the big store. Like,
Yeah.
They didn't grow any of it.
They didn't
got
grow any of
all
it.
of it.
At
from
least we grew
somebody
some
else.
of
At
it.
least you grew some of it. And if nothing else, you know how to pick the good versus the bad.
And that's the other thing. It's not just about having homegrown. It's about when we do source stuff that we source the best. And are we going to fall short sometimes? Yeah, but
You can't control everything. You're not perfect every time.
But we do try to source the best.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Of course, the bakery, does a great job.
I don't know how they make the preserves that they do, but they're
They kill it. All of Grandma's old recipes.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Right. Well, Dorian, thank you so
Hey, man,
much.
I appreciate it.
for
I've
coming
been
on
here
the
for
tour.
several years, and this is the first tour I took.
first
so
tour.
I'm,
I love
I'm
it.
excited to have seen it. So it's great.
Well,
I appreciate you taking me.
If you like the format with having a guest on the farm tour, make sure to leave a comment. Other than that, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to check out 1820 Coffee House's social. They're all about that cheese, Texas snow fruit, all of it. And we'll see you on the next farm tour.
And if you didn't like the guest, it might just be me. So
Just
keep watching.